Hello. What's going on? Oh man. Hello. Hello. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Let's cut that out from whatever we're doing. Victor is saying the intro is not playing. Was the intro not playing?
No, the intro played, didn't it? I saw the
Yeah,
intro.
pretty sure the intro played. Whatever. All right. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. Sometimes, this... It's funny how we plan everything and then at the last minute, it's... what's that law? The law of Murphy's Law. Yeah, Murphy's Law.
Yeah, Murphy's
It's true even in the live trading space. How are you guys doing? Let us know in the comments. I hope you guys went long with us on EU yesterday. Looking pretty good. You know what? I am super tired today, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Because this morning I decided to go out on a bike ride. Okay, so that bike ride was going to be 1 hour, and I cycled through, through the woods, and I saw this trail that I've never tried, and I'm like, I want to try that trail, and well, to say the least, it was not made for a bike, right? So I had to literally, for 5 kilometers, I had to basically have the bike on my back and just walk through forest. Like I'm dead. Like a 1 hour ride took like 3 hours. Yeah, so a bit tired. But you know what I did while being out on that run? I actually closed the EURUSD long, because I'm going to show you why. So sometimes you see this, right? And
beautiful trade.
Yeah, that was a good one. And again, thanks to the 5ers, I'm not stopped out. It's just amazing how I got stopped out on all my other accounts, but the 5ers because of the spreads. So when I remember I was out on my bike and price was trading right here. So it had that wick up, right, and then rejected right at TP. I'm watching this and I'm like, you know what? Let's just close it. I'm gonna be out of here for at least 1 hour more. I'm just gonna close it. But I do think it's looking at the lower time frames, it's gonna hit that TP probably right now while we speak. But so actually, I did not follow the set and forget idea with this trade. But again, it's so close to TP that it doesn't really matter much. But yeah, this trade is now closed. The other trade I have open is on Euro AUD. As I showed you guys yesterday, it almost took my stops out there, but I'm going to keep it open. I still think on the daily, if I'm going to, critique my own trade here, I think what I could have done differently here is wait for this level to break to the upside and then do like a break and retest of that level, because it's obviously being used as resistance right here. But I think that was and this is going through the EURUSD trade right now, but it almost got me stopped out. And yes, for the giveaway, so yesterday we did do the giveaway, but we're gonna select the winners.
The giveaway, I haven't been around. Obviously, we've had some national holidays here, so the giveaways haven't been done. But I'm going to do them on this live. So we're going to do the 2 giveaways, and the people from Monday as well will get an email from myself, and I'll send that through. So everybody today will be given the giveaways.
This one hurts. It stopped out on USD CHF, but it is what it is. But now it's breaking down, and the second idea, basically based on the same idea, but it's going to be a break and retest of that level. It seems like it's could be activating here today. But we do have news today. So in 24 minutes, we have inflation rate coming out of US, which is obviously a major news event. One of the one of the biggest ones. So it's going to be interesting to see how the market reacts to this. I'm going to keep my Euro AD trade open because, as me and Victor talked about yesterday, it's I'm from current prices. I'm just risking my stop loss. That's it. So I've got news event, but I'm just risking my stop loss, and price could go the other way, right? So the risk here is it's small, right? It's rather small, and we have news event coming out. So I think it's for me. I'm just going to keep it open. I've actually seen a lot of times if you're in a trade when there's news event and you feel good about that trade, usually what I do is I stay in the trade, but I never enter a new trade right before a news event. How do you guys play that? I wanna hear Victor's opinion on that.
Okay.
Hi everyone. How is everyone doing?
Alex, I want to hear your opinion as well, but
Thanks, man.
first I want to hear Victor speak. I haven't heard this beautiful voice in all of 6 minutes.
Yes, well, actually, before I say what I do before the news or high impact news, I want to go back to your trade on the EU Australian dollar, Euro Australian dollar. I mean, I think perhaps tomorrow you might get that move that you're expecting, because if you look at the daily order block, I mean the daily time frame. Is that correct? Let me check it on my screen. What I see is on the daily is that potentially today we might close as a bearish engulfing. I see that I have different candles according to you, compared to you, that maybe my price feed. But if that is the case, then perhaps tomorrow will be the retest, or the day after tomorrow, the retest of that order block. And that might be that move that you're expecting on its way down, because you can see how the market structure is going bearish, right? It's making lower low and lower highs. But you're expecting a retracement before it continues that trend. At least that's what I think you may be expecting. So if that is the case, maybe tomorrow will be the time you get that move that you're expecting, or perhaps today, who knows, right? Because that candle hasn't closed yet. In terms of news event management, in my back testing, to the way I trade, I do not get out of the trade before news, and I've seen that it works in my favor. So it is better for me to leave it on as the news is coming on, and just do as if there is no news, right? And it will do whatever the market was going to do. And in the backtesting, in my data says that it's better just to leave it on. However, in the backtesting, you don't have slippage, right? In the backtesting, you have a perfect laboratory environment, and we don't have that in reality. So I account for that, and that's why I look at my risk right before the news, and I look at that ratio of risk reward, if it is, and not only my stop loss, but because my stop loss may not be the actual level I get executed, I get filled. So I adjust for that based on typical slippage, that if I have that data on that particular type of high impact news, and that risk is what I use instead of my stop loss. And if the stop loss, the risk reward is still favorable, then I will still leave it. But a lot of times it's no longer favorable, then I close it, right? So it depends on the distance that I have and some other data that I know of, or that I can collect, if that is the case. And those decisions make me, information makes me choose whether I leave it on or not. So it's not easy to say I always do it or never do it. I need to have data to base my decision. So it's a little bit more complex than just saying yes or no.
All right, so I see that we have Durk in the background. Is it okay if I add you on, Durk? Right. All right. Welcome, Durk. It's been a while. It's been a while. Hope you guys have hope you had a good time.
I did.
Since
I was
we last
3
spoke.
weeks on holiday.
Nice. Yeah,
Wow,
you had
nice.
a little road trip.
True.
Lovely.
Explored Europe a little bit, yeah.
Nice. But now we're back to business. making money. Did you long EURUSD? I think that's the most important question right now.
If I did it or what? Long term.
Yes.
Long term, I did. I can share my screen.
Of course you did.
On. Just need to find the right one here.
It's been a while since we talked about Bitcoin here on the live stream as well. I know that we are a Forex trading channel, and most of our audience are trading Forex. But I know we do have a few Bitcoin traders as well. So I think we're going to go through. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin as well. I know Alex is going to be very happy about that.
Yeah,
happy not depends on what I'm going to tell.
Doing some lovely trading on crypto, so we'll talk about the break and retest trades that also I've been taking, but just the gift that keeps giving.
Exactly. Actually, that's something I recently started doing as well, a bit on Bitcoin, the 1 minute chart based on what I see on the 1 hour chart, and what actually you are doing there on Forex with the EMAs. It works quite well on Bitcoin too. You just have to get your timing straight when the volatility is going to kick in. Those faults break out.
It's exactly what I've been doing, Durk. So you're going to enjoy.
I'm going to start a live stream on that, by the way, also tomorrow, because I want to transparent how this tactic works.
Yeah,
I actually recorded the video a few, I think last week, and I remember, and I talked about this in the live stream as well. And I remember saying, if so, we can kind of look quickly on Bitcoin here, and there's this just fantastic confluence here that what I want to show you guys. So this blue line right here, that's the weekly 20 EMA. And you see that candle right there, that weekly candle goes right down here, hits the weekly 20 EMA and almost hits the 50% fib. So very good confluence here between the high time frame 50% fib and the weekly 20 EMA. And a lot of times in a Bitcoin bull market, you'll see that the weekly 20 EMA or the area around the 20 EMA will act as like long-term support. And if you have retraces, you'll see that it a lot of times has a pretty nice reaction to the weekly 20 EMA. And this is a around 34% move to the downside, which is very, very normal for Bitcoin in a bull market. And what's really nice about this is the fact that if you look at the daily, we can see that we came down, we hit the weekly 20 EMA, and then reclaimed the previous range low. And now we still have lower highs, but we have a new higher low, and we're back inside the range. I think overall, I think that is quite bullish price action when you take into consideration the overall high time frame trend.
It's a bit of a squeeze action we want to see again. At the end, I noticed it at the end of, so to say, what is the English word for the
consolidation?
Yeah, thank you. Consolidation phases. Bitcoin tends to narrow the volatility, and then you see this breakout to the north or south. That's why I'm actually, and I'm waiting, like, what could be the catalyst be for this breakout? And maybe it's going to be the data we're going to see in 15 minutes on the US inflation. So far, the last 2 or 3 readings were a little bit disappointing, but maybe if we get a much lower reading today than everybody's expecting, we could see a nice surprise to the upside, and just what Bitcoin needs alongside the S&P500, alongside the US dollar, obviously, to see a nice breakout there.
What about the scenario? What about the we had the numbers yesterday. I can't remember. What was it?
PPI. We had PPI yesterday.
Right. So
that indicated actually that the inflation is going to be a little bit worse, but that's not always a correlation.
Yeah, I know.
Correlation is not always causation also.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and I thought, I looked at pull up the chart, and I was expecting a pullback, right?
Yeah, but the
market has completely ignored everything, which is sometimes the looking at the macroeconomics and thinking that this should have that type of event, that type of reaction, and then it just the complete opposite happens.
That's the thing, about macroeconomics, and that's why I always have to well, let's say in an ironic way, smirk a little bit when people write on Twitter about, this is the macro situation at the moment. It's very bad, prices will go down. This is not what the markets are trading. The markets are trading the future. And what the market is still expecting is that we are going to see an interest rate cut this year. Not as soon as we thought. Remember, like half a year ago, I also said I'm expecting a rate cut in May. This is probably not going to happen. But still, inflation is not like rebounding to much higher levels, to like 5 or 6%. So there's still the hope in the market that down the road, maybe in July, we're going to see this interest rate cut. And this is what the market is trading at the moment. So it's all according to plan. And by the way, like 8 months prior to a US president election, until 1 year after the election of a US president, we almost always have bull markets anyway. So the moment to sell, actually get out of stocks, get out of crypto, probably is going to be 12 months after the election in the USA. So we're talking about November 2025. Until then, of course, with volatility, be prepared to see much higher prices in stocks and also in crypto.
Guys, I'm going to be adding Durk's links to his socials, which is the YouTube channel, which is called The Good, The Bad, and Bitcoin. And then he's Crypto for Money on Twitter. I'm going to be adding all that in the description. So if you, well, actually not if, I want you to go into the description and I want you to click those links, give him a follow on Twitter and subscribe to his YouTube channel. It's really good stuff, really good stuff. I see that you're growing quite quickly. So very impressive.
Yeah, I have, and a little bit of stagnation now, but that was due to the fact that I was on holiday. But I'm happy, of course, that people seem to like what I have to say. And, I try to be very honest and also try to highlight the shadow sides of being a trader, which is not always being correct, obviously. So basically what the viewers of your great channel also learn here from you every day. You guys are streaming, all of you. And if you want to check it out, I'll be very happy, of course, if you give me a like and subscribe, and also join the live trading action on Bitcoin tomorrow afternoon. Are you guys streaming?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can get in on that one. Probably gonna join you on.
Are you guys streaming tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah.
No, we
would not.
We won't be streaming.
Okay, good. Otherwise, I would have said, of course, stick to the 5ers.
I tell you what, I'll bring up my chart, because some of the trades that we've been doing mainly on Forex has been working really well. This is obviously Pepe. The same kind of thing with the breaks and retail. I don't know why trading view, because these are all limit orders. So every time it gets
it sucks on trading.
Super annoying. But the same the same kind of idea where it comes in, hits the 66. Crypto for some reason likes the 618 and the 66 fib more than it likes the 50. So that's kind of a nuance that you would be looking in crypto. But some of these, even on the Bitcoin trade that today, just how like super simple. I got caught out here, but it's these retracements, break, retests to the fibs, and then continuations that work super.
Sorry, it's so funny. You
well.
traded exactly what I traded earlier.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so as well on FDM, all of this, the exact same way what you guys see on Forex is the exact same way that it's going on crypto. You have this consolidation right here. Where is my? There you go. You have all of this this consolidation in a demand area, of course. You have the break. You have the retest, which would be on that 618 fib, continuation to that 15 minute 200 EMA, and that is literally what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, and I'm up on a 70% win rate just doing that only thing.
That is amazing.
So,
Wow.
Yeah,
that is great.
What EMAs are those against? 20, the 21 and the 50, and then the 200 as
21, exactly. 21, 21 and
then
50,
TP at 200.
Exactly. That's literally all I've been doing, and it's just been killing it.
Do you take into account the higher time?
If you add
so yeah,
fib,
I look at like you said with the 1 hour, I'm looking at the 1 hour. Basically everything that you said, Durk, I'm doing that. You're looking at the 1 hour, looking for certain areas, then going on the lower time frame. And if you've got this, the way that I look at it is if you've got this because it would have been, I'd be looking at it like that. You see that, I look at that as it's a pocket of air. You've got a pocket of air that needs to be filled. There's nothing there. That's all I'm trading, just these pockets of air towards the 200 EMA. Obviously here, this could have been a trade that you would have got caught. I would have got caught out on maybe. I don't know why I didn't take that. But this kind of price action is gradually like pushing up, break above the range, and then that kind of flag pattern with a like space is just. That's all I've been doing. And
it's a flag pattern, and also I think the fact that you have the 21 EMA and the 50 EMA very close together. I noticed that crypto likes to do that when you have these squeezes a little bit away from the 200 EMA. When you see 21 and 50 EMA squeezing together, then usually you will have very quickly a pullback to the mean reversion, so the 200 minutes EMA in this case.
Can I switch over to my screen quickly, because I'm gonna break down that rune trade, and I'm gonna show you something if you guys because this is actually quite interesting. So you see, if you guys want to try this out, because this is honestly like the break and retest, like it's first of all it's a very good looking horizontal level right here. Okay, so you get that horizontal level. So it's obviously it's going to be that break and then that retest, and then it takes you higher. So if you want to try this out and then maybe make it a little bit more systematic, so you know exactly like I know that because I've been trading this a lot with altcoins. If this break and retest is on the 0.618, it has looking at my statistics, it has a higher probability of bouncing, or at least it has a higher probability of that being the low if it hits the 0.618. So if you drag the fib of the breakout move, so from the low to the high of the move that broke the level, if it hits the 0.618, it increases the probability of that actually being low. And you can see here that it has very good reaction on the 0.618. Now, if you want to increase the win rate of this, but have fewer trades, you want to add the stochastics RSI. So the stochastics RSI, you want that to be below 30. So if you're very picky, this would not have been a trade that I would have taken, because the stochastics RSI is not below 30. Yeah, so it should be below 30. But you can find this.
Though, there is. I know you don't like divergences, but there is a really nice divergence on there. Is a super nice divergence on there where you look at that and I'll be like, okay, that's a nice confluence there as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can add. You can look at, you can probably add the MACD as well and look at divergence. Maybe you can even add the ordinary stochastics or the ordinary RSI and find divergences on that as well. It's all about adding things and testing. And I haven't tested actually I have tested the MACD, and it doesn't give the same results. I've never tested divergences though, so that might be interesting. What I like about this though is when you have a move like this, if you don't want to use the 200 DMA, you can add Fibonacci extensions. So as we talked about in yesterday's webinar, we talked about the Fibonacci extensions. You can add the Fibonacci extensions and you can back test this, and then you can see that a lot of times the minus 0.236 will be hit. And if I add the 200 EMA, you'll probably notice that it might be the same area. Yeah, 200 DMA. Oh, actually, it's all the way up here. But still,
you got a trade. You got a trade in front of you right now.
Really? on room.
Yeah, you've got a break. You got a break. Another retest. Continuation for the 200. Oh, there you
but
go.
Be careful. Everything can be turned upside down.
Yeah. I didn't know it was replayed. I was like, there you go. You got another trade. There right there.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, guys, if you want to try this out, this is actually like what we're doing here is we're showing you a trading system that works. Okay, this works in the crypto market, works very well on the lower time frames in crypto for altcoins. I mean, all coins on the higher time frames on swing trading is quite advanced, if I'm going to be honest. But on the lower time frames, I feel like all coins are trending quite nicely at times. This system here works quite well in the Forex market as well. If we look at GBP USD, we're probably going to be finding something similar here. We can be adding, so we can wait for the EMAs.
By the way, news is in. By the way, news in 4 minutes, actually in less than 4 minutes, and the market on EU has been showing a little bit increased volatility. It's only a few pips, but if you see the 1 minute candles, they will see that there's a difference. Like 5 minutes, right 5 minutes before the news, the candles have become much bigger. So that's the expected volatility coming in.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, so on GU, we can see that we have not the same price action, but you see that we have the 20 and the 50, the 21 and the 50 is pretty much the same thing. But we have the 20 and the 50 here. You have a horizontal level right here. You got the break and the retest, and it moves higher. Now the fibs here, I'm not sure that the fibs will give us anything, but I would use that low to that high. And you do see that the general, the reaction of this happens inside this area or on the 0.618. You can see in the 4 hour that the candle, both candle, open and closed above the 0.618, and then it moved straight up. So this break and retest system with adding the 20 and or the 50 EMA is actually it actually works. It's a profitable trading system. A lot of people use it, including me and Alex. So I'm not saying that well, actually I am saying you guys should try this out. Now it's not financial advice.
Test it.
Yeah, test it and try it out. It's actually a profitable trading system. It's super simple.
It's
now I see that you added the risk disclosure exactly when I said that. That's good. Good timing.
No, it's a super simple way of trading. It's not, all you need to know is just look at price action, understand market structure, and the rest is just break, retests, and continuations. Market structure, I think, is one of the best tools that anybody can just understanding, and just really reading market structure is going to be one of the biggest difference in your trading. If you don't understand it now and just look into market structure and understanding it properly, it will help you so much.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
and market structure basic is quite simple. I mean, you shouldn't complicate it. Too many people want to have like a complex solution for something that is actually not that complex. Market structure is, you can either see it's clear and sometimes it's not, but you can identify when it is, and it doesn't have to be a lot of things complicated necessarily.
Another thing
it
I'd like
always
to do is
boils down to supply and demand, or as we like to call it, support and resistance. No matter what indicator you're using, no matter what system, it's always based on what is going on support and resistance wise. At least the ones that work, in my opinion.
We can also apply. We can also apply, the idea that price action is fractal. So imagine that you have,
30 seconds to news, yeah.
Yeah, 30 seconds. Let's let's bring that up. See what it is. See if I can do this quickly.
Imagine if they don't cut interest rates, I reckon everything is going to tank. Everything is going to tank. Say goodbye to Bitcoin for the next couple of weeks.
And what is it?
Oh, come on.
Do we see anything already?
Give me some. Give me something.
Spread widening. News should be out now.
Here we go. I'm just looking at the Bitcoin chart. Okay, we're gonna push up.
Okay, we got up.
Shooting up.
Yes.
Whoa, nice.
Yes.
Oh, as expected, inflation.
Super nice.
Okay, I'm gonna move to Euro AD. Where's my Euro AD trade? Come on, where's you? Okay, CPI is actual 3.4, forecast 3.4. Okay, so it's same as expected, which should be bullish because price action was bullish. This is neutral.
Bitcoin
Actual
also jumping
3.6,
over
3.6.
63.
It's so funny because I'm looking at
CPI
Bitcoin
month to month
chart.
is actually lower.
What a trade as
Um,
well. There's literally using
Look
just
at that. Holy cow. Okay, Euro AD.
Yes.
Where's my Euro AD trade?
this is what we want.
Oh, why is it? Why? It should be moving
What are you
higher. All right.
trading? AED?
Yeah, Euro AD.
Why are you trading AED?
Just check that. That is literally the perfect example
Yeah,
of the trade. You know,
that's
you've got the
perfect.
TP
Oh, yeah?
up. You have
Nice.
didn't take it because I'm not taking a risk on news, but
Yeah, that's perfect.
that is beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, that is perfect.
So euro dollar is now at the ATR level, by the way, 108.68. So if we overcome this by a margin, then go back to this one, this is where I would take a long trade actually, then the short-term one.
That's
As in news trades.
I'd be pretty wary about taking any kind of position.
No, I want the price to go over it, and then I want to see it coming back because it should.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get rejected here. I mean, if you look at, I think it's gonna get rejected. I think, I've been looking at this for weeks now, and I know that we've talked about how when we're in the range, right? We've entered the previous range. My trade was based on the break and retest of range lows up to range EQ, and that idea is now have played out. So what I'm expecting is for this trend to continue like this. And now I'm not sure if the market continues to behave the way it's behaving right now. We should see a break above range EQ, but we might see a move down to these levels before that happens, right? So we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, the market is liking what we're seeing right now. Get an alert on USD CAD. So we'll see what we have on USD CAD. Hopefully, we'll have a trade here. But USD CAD now is testing a very interesting level. It's testing the previous range, or the range EQ with the reload zone. So although the fundamentals aren't really in favor of going long here, technically this is a trade I will be looking to take as a swing trade. We have a break and retest the range EQ, and I'm thinking we're gonna get a bounce here.
Very nice.
Bitcoin at 64K.
Yeah,
The Bitcoin is actually moving higher, is it?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cardano start pushing up as well. Cardano's already pushed up, but I reckon there's a nice trade just hit. That thing is still alive. It's quite interesting that there you go, the trade's being missed anyway.
Hey, you know what? As a matter of fact, I bought a couple of Sol, and when I did, I had to think of you. I had to because I got a gift, an NFT gift, which took me like ages to figure out how to use that actually.
Where did you buy? You got an NFT for buying Sol?
I got it as a present from a guy that I help with his NFT project a little bit, and now I have a pretty JPEG of things, and I have no idea what I can do with it. And to unveil it, I needed some Sol.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay, so NCD CHF, this is a major breakout right here. So we're looking at the weekly. I'm going to be adding I think I'm going to be extending that one a little bit like that, and then make it a little bit smaller. But this is quite a major breakout on NCD CHF on the weekly. I will be, if you look at this on the higher time frames, I think we have a massive downtrend, a high time frame downtrend with the high here from all the way back from 2021. About 3 years ago, this downtrend started, and we've seen a long-term accumulation phase down here. We're breaking above a major resistance area, and I think I would like to see this. I'd like to see a break and retest here on the daily, so something like that. These are the types of swing trades that I really like, and I can hold them for quite some time because you have that high time frame break of structure. You can see that's massive downtrend right here, but this is the first time in many years that we've had a decent accumulation range at lows. So I think there might be a shift in structure here, and we have a possibly
Every
pretty
time-
big move here.
Every time I
as
look
you guys,
at things, Sorry,
as I have
Victor.
been listening carefully to what you guys are being discussing, I took a little scalp and made 1.7 R on 2 trades. So it's less than
Nice.
one. It's a negative risk reward. And it's based on the ATR, what Durk just mentioned. I like the ATR a lot because the market respects it a lot. And sometimes, a lot of times it is actually the top. I don't think it's going to be the top today, perhaps, but the market in any way respects it. It's a reference points for everyone. And when market formed that on the 1 minute, formed that order block and came back to retest that, that's exactly what I trade every day. So that is very simple to me. We have an exaggerated move, right? Because it's news. Price comes into it, moves away from it, and that's it. That's the little move. I'm not trying to, fade the whole move or have an idea that this is going to reverse or anything. It's just that reaction that once you have an order block, price tend to come back to that area and then move away from it, and that's it. A few bars, and I'm out.
Mhm.
And it was
Very nice.
beautifully rejected on euro dollar as well as on Bitcoin. Yeah. What you'll usually see is like if the inflation rate would have gone would have been lower than expectation, we would have seen actually more, of course, to the upside there because of a positive surprise. And then you would have had the scenario to overshoot the ATR level. And actually, then you can buy when you come back to the ATR level. You want to have your limit orders ready. And this is quite a nice strategy that works. I'm not going to say every time, but if you put a 2R whatever on that as well, you have a decent chance really to actually earn some money with news trading, which normally is like insanely difficult, of course.
Yeah, actually, I see the ATR levels as dynamic support and resistance, right? I say the dynamic because it depends on what the day has done before that moment. Yeah, and sometimes that ATR gets adjusted as it is, expanding its range. But once it's going to one side, then it's not expanding anymore. But still, it's during the day it's dynamic, and it's basically as you would trade any support and then supply and demand area or line, right? It's resistance until broken and then becomes support. And price comes back to that area and then continues. You see that a lot as well when on the weekly. I trade that. So when it breaks that weekly ATR and moves good, like an exaggerated, extended move away from it, typically a couple of hours later, it will come back to the weekly ATR. And more often than not, that is the point where it have that continuation in the direction of the initial move. It's actually very simple. Once you get it, it's not that of a, and I don't think it's dangerous as long as you know what to do. I'm not gonna go enter before that big candle because I have no idea where it's going to be. But once it shows its hand, you can take a slice or two from the move.
And you have all the institutionals, by the way, also looking at these levels, like the guy at the investment banks that run the Euro book or US dollar book, that have to take care of the order flow of their clients. They always look at the ATR levels to switch their position or to know when to get out, when to get in to the market. It has been like this really for 30 years. It's insane.
But it seems like right now the Fed swaps, which is basically it's basically a way of betting on if the Fed is going to what the Fed is going to do with interest rates in the future. And it seems that the Fed swaps is now pricing in a faster pace of the 2024 rate cuts after this CPI data, which is generally bullish for the markets, bullish for equities, bullish for risk on, bullish for EURUSD, Bitcoin, and all of that. So Yeah,
Trading.
I mean, it's highly likely that we are, because like inflation is going down. It's not going down in the pace that banks wants it to go down, but it's going in the right direction. So this is what the Fed wants to see if they are going to lower interest rates. And of course, when they lower interest rates, money becomes cheaper, which means more an opportunity to borrow money, and it gets the economy going, and that's usually what starts the major bull markets. I would say though that looking at most of the risk on assets, we're already pretty much in a bull market.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, the interest rate is one of those things that can change the market completely. If you see it on the long term. So for sure, I agree. The trading Z lot. Thank you for that question. Oh, actually, not question. I should say that comment, because if you look the trade that I took, I was counting those minutes. The limitation on the high stake account is 2 minutes before the news and 2 minutes after the news. And this is, if I may put a vertical line, this is the news. So that's minute 1. The end of this candle is minute 2. So actually, from this candle, you can trade without restrictions on the high stakes. And mind you, the other programs, the Hypergrowth and the Bootcamp, don't have that news event. So I took this within the rules of the high stake account. So I wouldn't say it's useless if you just time your entry. Sometimes, of course, if the entry is within those 2 minutes, before 2 minutes after, of course, you will not be able to do that. But that's very, very short time. And there are plenty of opportunity to get in right after that window. So I wouldn't say it's useless. It's just a matter of knowing when to be able to enter. This trade, for example,
Be very careful though. Like Victor is a professional. He knows what he's doing. He counts the minutes and he knows exactly how to execute his trade. I would not recommend. Like it's very risky. It's very risky. Even
yes, actually, I count the seconds, and the minute is way too long. The seconds, because you have to, of course, you should do it on the server's clock, right? So because that's the clock that is being time stamped on the trades. It doesn't make sense you do it on your watch, and you may have a couple of seconds of difference. And I agree, Jonatan, that this is something you shouldn't take lightly, because making a violation because of an error can cost you the account. Yeah, I agree. You should take this with caution.
That was a beautiful 1 minute long on pounds that you could have got into.
Well, thank you. Could you tell me next time? Could you tell me like when it's actually time to enter?
Because if I tell you, it doesn't work. So I got.
Oh wow, that was a nice. That was a nice bounce right there in 1 minute.
Sometimes you keep some stuff to yourself, and they just turn out just beautifully.
Yeah, you take a few trades and then you talk about the ones who won.
There you go.
I mean, look at euro dollar 1 minute. It bounced off exactly at the 21-minute EMA again.
And
I gotta show this. Look at this. This is GU. Look at that. Isn't that just perfect? That's literally like that's what I'm saying. This is. Do you see that move up, and so impulsive move up, and then slowly comes back down, hits the 20, right inside 21. The reload zone. Stochastics RSI, bullish bull cross on stochastics RSI, a bullish engulfing candle. That's the trade right there. Even up to like that high is a 2.4. I wish I saw this. I wish I Alex told me about this when he saw it.
All right. At least one of us got perfect.
Yeah. At least one we could split the profits. No, that's a good one though. Like this. Yeah. So I really do think like this is, I've traded many different systems, many different ways of trading, and I do think that for newcomers and people that are just coming into this game, I think this is a good foundation to begin on. You know, if you study price action and you study market structure and you try to trade with the break and retest idea, it will work. It will help you with your patience, because you get the breakout, and then when you have the breakout, you need to wait quite a long time for the retest. So you're going to work on that patience, right? And you're very clearly following the structure of a trend with higher highs and higher lows, and you're getting in on the newly created potential higher lows. It's a very good way of learning how to trade. I'm not saying that this is the perfect system for everyone, but it's a really good system to use if you want to understand the fundamentals of market structure and the way that trends move. Victor, you might not agree with that though, because you're trading very differently.
Well, I think
whatever works.
no, it is. I mean, there are so many ways to approach the market, and there's no single way to be correct. I think, of course, you grow. The system grows on you when you've been trading it for quite some time, but you should not make that mistake to think that's the only way to do it. Actually, there are plenty, even ways that are traditionally seen as the wrong way to trade, can be profitable, can be consistently profitable. And there's no, I mean, if it makes money in the market and you can do that, and you have the data to support you, and you have enough data, not just a few weeks, but plenty of time doing it, and it's working consistently, it doesn't matter the opinions of the everyone else. If it works, if it's making you money, then it's good. And that goes for a lot of systems. And I may not like them. I may not like trading them. I may not think they are great systems. I'm not referring to any one specifically, but that's beside the point. I think when you need to, it's like opinions, right? Everyone has their own opinions, and systems is certainly a little bit like that. Everyone can have a different system, and they might be profitable in their own way. And so, yeah, I think, who am I to say this or that system is rubbish? No, I wouldn't say that at all.
I'm probably going to take a trade here on GU. Not on my swing trading account though. Go into my other evaluation account.
Execution, just beautiful.
And I'm going all in.
The only thing that I don't like. The only thing that I don't like about this is that, it's no, actually, I like it. It's a nice trade. Yeah, get in.
Yeah, we like it. We like it.
Go for it. Go for it. We all like it. We all like it.
There is on your GU, right? You're saying, Jonatan, GU.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, well, no, it's great. I think it's great. I don't want to be the devil's advocate here. It's a great,
please tell me.
The 1 minute order block is.
No, it's not about the 1 minute order block. What I with GU you don't have that with EU, but GU has touched in this week, right? Not only the daily ATR, but also the weekly ATR. So that makes me think that there are going to be higher time frame traders waiting at that weekly ATR to either close their positions, take their profits, or actually short the market. That doesn't mean that it's not gonna go much lower, because this is high impact news, and that can still at the end of the day make 120% the ATR. But I don't know how far the retracement will be before it continues, since it's not only the daily ATR, but also the weekly ATR. So I would be a little bit cautious about that, because it could retrace a little bit more, since the weekly is just a bigger time frame, has a bigger power, bigger volume behind them. But that's just an opinion. Don't let me influence you.
Okay,
if
so
you
I'm
have
gonna...
if you have your system, by all means, go ahead.
Now you're making me want to get out of my position. Well done, Jonatan. It doesn't. The thing is, if it was going to continue up, if you have a look at the 1 minute right now,
Mhm.
The thing is, if you look at the
Continued.
1 minute, if we go down to the, what is it, 50 EMA, and we're going to have a lower low again. We have 2 lower highs and 2 lower lows then. So we need to bounce here now.
This is obviously not optimal, but I'm thinking I would have been in this trade,
Yeah.
you know.
And it was the
I
trade to
would've been-
take, and that's the one I missed as well. Yeah.
I would have been in already. Okay, so I open a second position here. Second
Still a good
position.
trade.
If this closes as a
Still a
bullish
good
engulfing candle, I will open one more. Right? All right, we got the bounce on the 20 on the reload zone. Everything looks good. Opening another position here. So now I'm in with about 0.5% risk on this one. I'm not gonna open. I can open any more positions. I'm gonna place my TP, and that's it. When I'm trading like this, I'm not using set and forget when I'm trading like this, because what I do is I place an alert up here, and with that low is taking out, or with that high is taking out, I will move my stops like right below the bounce point, because lower time frames, obviously it's way different than swing trading. It's can move crazy. Stop loss up.
The what you can also do is look for what I use and when I don't have any reference points, I don't typically use EMAs for my trade plan. But if I'm trading discretionary, what I like to do is look at the 13 EMA on whatever time frame it is respecting. If it is on the 1, on the 5, the 2, 3, whatever it is, and I let that, if it continues respecting it, that be the signal that the market gives me. Right now on GU, it is on the 2 minute, respecting very nicely the first time, and it's now doing it the second time. And how it reacts to this second touch on the 13 EMA on the 2 minute GU, to me, will be telling me if it will continue to go higher or not. If it breaks that, then and right now it's still looking good.
Yeah, okay, so EU, we might find a long on EU as well. I have a feeling that it's going to be a break and retest going on here as well. All right, so we're at resistance. I don't like that. What about Bitcoin?
That doesn't look too good. Bitcoin, I think, is just.
Okay, so can we find a nice looking break and retest here on? Look at this. It stopped me out on Euro AUD. That is pain right there. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Okay. USD CHF. I'm looking for another trade that has the same movement. Got that NCD USD.
No, I think the long on pound dollar is just that's.
Yeah, I think
that's
it. I think that's it. Yeah.
Long pound to dollar. I wouldn't try and force something. It's shown that it's found support. It's holding its support. It's on a break, retest at a fib level. You've got many different confluences. You've got a higher time frame confluence as well. It's going to the top of the range. Don't force a trade if it's not there.
What's good though, it's I'm not on my main account. I really do feel like it's having two accounts. One which is almost treated as almost like a throwaway account is actually it's good, because when you get that urge and when you start feeling like you're a scalper all of a sudden, you can use that account that you don't care about. I mean, this is a 5K evaluation, so it's not like nothing major.
Yeah. It's like a patch for an itch. When you have an itch, you have to be in the market, but the signal is not your typical signal, or it's not very high quality. You just put it in that inferior account, and you can move on because you did something with the itch.
Exactly. I think that's it's. It's something that I've been struggling with a lot, in the past. It's like I see a position, I see a trade, and it's not perfect, but somewhere in the back of my head, I know I'm going to take that trade. Like, it's just, I just know that, yep, can't stop myself. I'm going to take that trade. And at that time, it's good to have a
it's a
good to
mind
have
hack,
one of those accounts.
basically. Because you're fooling your mind, because you're satisfying that urge you have to place that trade, because something is calling you to take that trade, right? You have that inner voice. This could be a great opportunity, and but your rational mind tells you this is not, it's not completely giving all the signals it should be giving.
No. To be honest though, this is this first bounce. That's the better trade. This second one right here is not as good, because what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a strong move to the upside, and then price slowly but surely kind of makes its way back down into the like breakout area and bounces. And I feel like this is where you should have the continuation of this move. You're kind of, it feels like the market's kind of holding back here, and now we have a solid resistance area in this area. So I feel like,
but you've also got a drift. You know, have you ever heard about like the drift of death? It's just drifting slowly, and probably people are looking this like short. That drift is the thing that puts people offside so much. It's the fast moves that people are like, panic and stuff like that. So you had a fast move up, you've had a drift down, and now you've got another drift up, that's your trade,
Yeah.
Okay. Can you bring on euro dollar again?
Oh yeah.
So that's like if you apply like the 21-minute exponential moving average, where you can see it respected it 3 times now.
Oh wow, yeah.
So it's like, for me, the better trade actually than pound sterling US dollar, but I didn't take it because I was too slow. And
look at this though.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, of course, now are we going to go over the ATR level where we topped out on the first reaction move? Yeah.
This could be something.
Then we could see something like this. Yeah, I was hoping for something like this as the initial reaction. Actually, then I would have taken a long trade up there. But yeah, taking it at the first touch of the 21-minute EMA would have been the good trade here, and I slept on that. I didn't notice until Alex mentioned it. Damn me.
Guys, remember to hit that like button. The more likes we have. Inverse cup and handle. Nah, this is not a cup and handle. This is more of a W.
You want to see a cup? You want to see a cup and handle? Go on Pepe. Go on Pepe. The potential cup and handle on that, I promise you, it is that cup and handle. But you want to see? You got to put on Pepe, Jonathan, and just show what a cup and handle definitely is.
So I want to show you first what a cup and handle actually is, like technically what it is. So if you have it's a rounded structure price pattern, which is not as common, but it looks like this. And it's a really cool pattern because you have a usually nice rounded accumulation pattern, and then you have a break and retest of this area. So as you can see here, if you compare EURUSD, the cup is almost as big as the handle, and the cup needs to be significantly bigger than the handle to be a solid cup and handle. That's at least the way I learned it.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Whack on Pepe, man. Just do it. Just put it on
Pepe. You can look at Pepe. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Let me put on Pepe. Let's have a look. Okay, now if we have a look, that's a nice cut. I would assume, there you go. Let me take off this. That kind of rounded, let's have a look. Like this rounded cup, breaking the top. Now,
I think you need to bring on your chart, man.
Oh, is my chart not showing?
We can't see it. It is showing, but we don't see your cursor.
I see Bitcoin TIFA US still being up there.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. Let me. Got too many tabs open. That's the problem. So I'll remove my amazing drawing that you see the actual cup and the handle. that was doing without anybody noticing. But let's have a look. So you've got there. You would say the top of the cup. You've got, all this top resistance that we're breaking out of. I wouldn't surprise me on Pepe is that we have a continuation and then eventually a retest on top of this to actually then have the handle, which would be, where is that little tool? I don't really use this tool too much, but then you would have that break and then that retest, which would be something like that. That'll be your lovely cup and handle right there.
Yeah,
you know
I see
what that
that.
means. If we get that on Pepe and it breaks out to the north, we are going to have everything on crypto breaking out to the north. So that maybe this is, when like in a couple of months, we're going to look back and say, you found the pattern that showed us that the bull market is going into the maniac phase.
I should hope so, but Pepe, I know people really talk bad about this coin, but it trades really nicely. It really does. If you trade the way that we trade, Durk, you like that way of, the break, the retest, the continuations.
The only thing I don't like is doing that on so to say altcoins, is that usually they just copy what you see on Bitcoin and Ethereum anyway. And I want to stick to the more liquid markets where, Pepe is also quite liquid now. But if I look at other meme coins or something, I always think like, why do I have to trade the copy if I can trade the original, By the way, Eurodollar now has broken beneath the 21-minute EMA.
Let me just, there's some discussions in the comments section, and we're all about transparency right here. So there's some people saying that we already determined the winners of the giveaway in advance, basically saying that the giveaways are fake. Like we're trying to be as transparent as possible. If you want, you can look at Gleam. It's gleam.io. That's the application that we're using. I don't even think it's possible for us to fake it. We basically give you a link. You go in and you register, and then we let Gleam choose the winners for us automatically from all the winners. So it's like even writing comments like that. It's like there's no reason for us to fake a giveaway. It's just very we're
not going to risk a reputation that's been built over 8 years.
The 5ers finished in 2016. You really think we're going to fake a giveaway for a couple of Bootcamp accounts? Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, no sense whatsoever. And we're constantly looking at ways to make it even more transparent, right? But we also have to protect your guys' privacy. We don't want to give out your emails and your real name and stuff like that. So we have to do it through
we do pull it up on the screen anyway. That's what we do. We do pull it up on the screen, and you'll see, in about half an hour, you'll see all the names on the screen.
Yeah, and the giveaway from yesterday, the reason why we didn't do the giveaway yesterday was because Alex was not here because of national holidays. But we did the giveaway, and we're going to make the draw from yesterday's giveaway. But then again, the main reason for these live streams are not the giveaways. The main reason here is to help you guys become profitable with the accounts if you win them or if you buy them. But that's the general idea here. We want you guys to get an account, pass the evaluation, get funded, stay funded, make money through those accounts. Because you know what? All of our accounts, when you get funded, are actually live accounts, real money. So if you make money, we make money. It's it's a no-brainer. If we fake the giveaways, it's just a losing. It's a really bad business structure if we do it that way.
And by the way, show me one other channel where you see the people that run this channel actually doing live trading and not something like,
Yeah,
by the
exactly.
way, 2 hours ago I did this or that, but sorry, I was live, I couldn't show you. So
By the way, guys, if you
legit what you're seeing here.
if you guys want to learn about TA, if you guys want to learn about technical analysis, you get this book, okay? The CMT. It's
God,
not big though.
that's a massive book.
But this is good stuff. If you want to learn
Why not
TA,
just like support resistance and break retest? Can't we just teach that?
that's the first section. Look at GU.
Yeah, GU is
Boom.
breaking out. I was just gonna say that.
Nice. But guys, if you want to learn how to,
was
technical analysis and you want to really take it to the next level, do not go on Google and search for like liquidity. Go to the source, okay? You go to the source.
You know what though? I love the way when the people they teach liquidity. Yeah, it is actually helping so many traders understanding where people are putting their stops, and not to put stops in such obvious places. And that is, helping people. Obviously, the throwaway word of liquidity, this, liquidity, that. Also helping a lot of traders really think about it. A lot of traders that have been blowing accounts for a long time, and I jump on calls with them to do trader interviews and stuff, and I listened to them, and it only started clicking when they had this terminology in their head, and that terminology helped them understand what they should be doing. So you gotta give it all this jargon. It's working.
I mean, look at this like cable right now. This is like picture perfect. What I know Alex is always talking about this. Jonatan is always talking about this. It's the test, it's a retest, and then it's testing the lower low of this zone that Jonatan is always talking about and is deflected. This is where you take the trades. And it's really so simple, but the hard part is, of course, sticking to and having the determination and the discipline to not take the trade too early, but to wait until this really happens. On the danger, of course, that, it could be, a trade that doesn't work out. That's why you have your stop loss in place. Or it could be a trade where you somehow fail to enter, like me earlier, when I simply because I was talking and doing blah, blah, blah. So I failed to notice it, And but this is how it's done, It's simple. It's when you understand it and when you have your risk management in place.
Well, actually, it's I'm gonna bring MetaTrader back. So, like Durk said, we're trading live. So you'll see that I usually do all my analysis to TradingView. I very rarely show MetaTrader here, but this is the 5K account. Yes, I am in a drawdown. I don't trade this account very often, and because I'm taking not the best setups on this account, obviously it's not looking best, right? But we are trading live. This is the account right here. What I've noticed right now though is I was gone on a quick break. Do you see that stop loss window right here? It's empty. It's not supposed to be empty. It's not supposed to be empty when you're trading these lower time frames. So yes, we are trading live. We're making mistakes, just like everyone. But I got lucky that we didn't break down.
How's that, by the way? From my side, a question with the 5ers. You are supposed to put always a stop loss in, right? Do you get like a strike or something if you don't?
Not on high stakes accounts. No, you don't have to do that. Only on bootcamp accounts, because
this is a hyper growth, I believe.
Yeah, that's a hyper growth. Okay, so you don't have to have a.
What I'm doing now,
we think all beginners need to have stop losses, and to be honest, everybody should have stop losses.
Yeah,
I've been in situations,
that's a given, not to mention that, of course. Yeah. But how it sometimes is, it's like very hectic, you get into the trade, you think like, okay, where do I get out of the trade? Where do I place my stop loss? And then it already went into your direction or against you and you manually exited. That's always the question. Do you get a strike for that or?
Yeah, even so on the bootcamp, you have a number of violations before you actually lose the account. So if you had like a mistake or anything happened and you miss your putting in your stop loss within that, I believe it's 3 minutes, right, Alex? You have 3 minutes to put in your stop loss. If you didn't do that, that's going to be one violation, and you have a number of violations before you actually lose the account. And that's only for the bootcamp account. The other two accounts don't have that restriction.
Okay, good to know. Thanks.
What's your exit strategy then, Bert, for macro getting out of Bitcoin? I know we talked about it in the past, but I think
I mean,
I definitely need to understand, when am I slowly starting to get out of my spec positions?
There are, of course, some risk metrics you can talk about, like the one I showed before, I think from Into the Cryptoverse. They have like a risk color-coded Bitcoin chart. When that one turns like really bright red, it's about time to get out. But you can, in my opinion, make it simpler than that. If you just analyze like how did the cycles before this one behave, you always saw like that within a time span of about 12 to 18 months after the halving, you have this phase where things really go bollocks. So between 12 and 18 months after the halvings, I'm going to fade slowly out of the markets. I obviously cannot tell, oh, this is going to be the top. I'm for sure going to miss the absolute top as well. But from a time span, this is like when I slowly want to reduce my position. If I'm going to do this, for example, by selling a portion like every month for 6 months, or if I'm going to sell it all at once because I see things are really going crazy, I don't know yet. But it aligns in general also very well with what I was saying earlier about this presidential election pattern we've been seeing with Obama. We've been seeing this under Trump. We have been seeing this under Biden now. We're probably going to see it under whoever is going to be the next US president, that you always have a very euphoric bull market in the 12 months after the day of the election. I mean, the election, November, not the day where the president actually starts business, which usually is, I think, mid of January or end of January. And then you have a time where markets are choppy, and then in the middle of this election cycle, there's usually where you have a bottom. So to make things short for cryptocurrencies and also for stocks, because up to now those run very much parallel to each other, it's the time to really look at getting out of the markets probably 12 to 18 months after the halving. But of course, these are also things I regularly talk about on my channel.
Yes, and
one of the biggest
channel is in the description of the YouTube, so make sure you guys like the video and go into the description and check out Durk's channel as well. Very good information there.
There's two issues that I had, especially in the last cycles, was definitely selling some assets too early and getting flat, and then it pushing higher than anybody expected. And then I had to buy in again at a higher price. So that was one of the big things that I did. And then the second one is that, when we had that double top, I was like, I'm surely it's going to continue, and then getting caught offside, and then ended up, holding for too long. None of my spot positions have a sell stop. I don't have a
no, mine either. Yeah. But I had the same. Like this double top was highly unusual. I have to say, I didn't expect that. And when we saw this prior high, where was it, like at 69,000 back then? I also thought like it's going to run to 100K now. It's going to be the stock to flow model prediction of a 100K. We're going to see this one, and then we didn't. So I also didn't catch the top there. But it's like exactly the same like with what we are doing here on the lower time frames. You also don't always get out of your trade at the very top for long trades at the very, very bottom. You are happy if you are, first of all, able to analyze that this move is coming, and second of all, that you manage to take a portion or partially this move to rake in some profits. Trading is not about getting into out at the top and in at the bottom, despite what social media is trying to sell you, especially when we look at crypto. When you can partially take the move, you should be already very, very happy. And so far, really, if we look at Bitcoin, if we look at the crypto cycles, it has always been 12 to 18 months after the halving. It's time to take the chips off the table, and then you wait another year, and then you slowly start to go into the market again. I remember, Jonatan, back then, when we were like at 16,000, 18,000 in Bitcoin, this is exactly what we are talking about. And you said back then, guys, this is the time to get in now. I don't know if it's going to 12, it's going to 10, but in the long term, it doesn't really matter, because if it's going to 100, 200, or 300K, it doesn't really matter if you got in at 16K, 20K, 25K, or maybe at 12K.
Yeah.
You'll be very, very happy that you got in after all. And you won't believe the amount of messages I get every week at the moment asking me, hey Dirk, you think it's going lower? So I get the chance to buy still Bitcoin or Ethereum, or you think it's going higher right away, you know? And these are the type of people always that even if it goes lower, and we saw it with 57,000, I openly posted on Twitter, this is the time to buy again.
I started buying so much crypto. It's crazy.
And still you have people that say, oh, I'm going to wait until 55. I'm going to wait until 52.
People don't listen when prices are low. Like,
because they are scared, and I understand that, you know.
Yeah, and it's
it's difficult. It's not easy because you automatically, when you see red, it as you said, it scares you. These numbers, you don't want to, your hard-earned cash, you don't want to just, you know, lose it. And I think the thing is, the more that you're in this world, you just know, you know.
The best trading strategy probably for Bitcoin was, you know, to buy all your Bitcoin using Mt. Gox, and now you haven't had access to your Bitcoin for what is it, like 10 years, and now you're getting that back. Just joking, of course.
So the ME indicator works a lot of times. This is actually the first time that it didn't work. So I think right now we're at 99.9% win rate. As you can see right here, we have that trade can stop that. We have a very sad Gandalf-ish type of character here with the ME, and it's.
So Dean, I'm not actually in the UK. I'm in Israel, and you can't. It's very difficult in the UK to buy crypto. There's Gate.io. I know there's CEX, but I just buy USDT from, you know, either peer-to-peer or there's a company here, and then I just send the USDT to Binance, and I trade on Binance because Binance is, you know, they got 0 fees on maker contracts for futures, so you just put in limit orders and there's 0 fees on it, so it's quite good.
So guys, you got the USD CHF trader here. It stopped me out, but the idea is still very much valid here, right? So you have basically what we're seeing here is, I believe this is a very solid top structure, where you have well, actually it's super clear. You have a trend here, goes like that. That's a downtrend, breaks out into an uptrend. I would say that higher low is the first sign of a new uptrend. Breaks that high, that's the uptrend. Got some consolidation below resistance, breaks out, and then we have this type of structure here, where you have sort of you could call it head and shoulders or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. It's a reversal at resistance, and then you kind of break down here. So right now, what I'm seeing is downtrend, uptrend, distribution range before creating a new downtrend. And this could go much lower, right? This could go much lower, but I think this is a solid level right here. It's the 0.618 as well. So I want to open up another short on USD CHF. Yes, I got stopped out on the first idea yesterday, but that's only because I had a too wide of stop loss. But right now, we do actually have a 4-hour candle closing below that level, and that 4-hour candle closed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place orders on this level, stop loss above that wick, and I'm going to take it down to that TP for a 2.6R trade. That's going to be placing my orders for this one right now. What do you think about that one? Anyone?
I'm looking at it on my screen. Yeah, I'm looking at it on my screen. I like that trade a lot. Although, of course, my entry is different. My entry is waiting for price to come back to that area that has shown me who the turning point and who is in control. But if I disregard my likings or my preference in entry, I do like this trade because on the higher time frames, it has indeed changed character. It is actually a let me see. It's actually a quasi, and I would be waiting for it to come much higher on the daily, but it is already taking its move. It's making its move, right? So I like that a lot. And if you look at the 4-hourly, perhaps I should put my screen on
Yeah.
because that talks easier. You can see how the market has been making higher highs and higher low up to this this high, right? After that, the market has changed. The market structure has changed completely, and after that big move, 3 days candle going lower, it hasn't been able to. It's changed completely. So now we are in a making lower lows. It hasn't taken this out yet. So the market structure technically hasn't made a lower low yet in terms of these two, but it has already, if you consider that previous low before it made that high, right? So you do have a lower low, and after it takes this out, you will have a lower high as well. And if you do that, if you can see that coming, and you know, okay, so the market has shifted on the higher time frames, and it just makes sense to go to the lower time frames, and you can see how the market had that triple top basically, and now is falling apart. So I do like the area a lot. Not only that, but I see my what I talk about all the time, which is the let me see, that is an outside bar. So if you have that, that's the outside bar, and this bar is the one that, to me, on the H4, that is where the bears actually took control, right? When everyone thought this was gonna break out, and it was smashed down and closed below that previous bar. That to me was the last punch delivered by the bears, and after that it just drifts lower. So I like the trade a lot. In terms of entry, that's a different subject, but yes, I do like your trade. I don't know where your TP would be, and so that also depends with the entry, right? So I would wait for something. If I were you, which I'm not, but if I were, I would be waiting for some retracement then to get in. And this is well, it depends what time frame you want to be trading that as well. You're a swinger, so maybe this already is good enough for you. Me being an intraday trader, I would want to catch something retracing this move, right? This bigger move that we have had. I wanted to retrace some more before I take that the continuation move to the downside. But
I think that's
I think it's
that you wrote the arrow that you painted on that. That's exactly where my entry is. My entry would be at 95.49.
nice.
So 90.
95.
No,
90.
90 and then 549.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. This makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yes, if this entry makes a lot of sense, even for me, that I like to be in the extremes with my entries, but this now makes a lot of sense to me. If I look at in other time frames, I can see some order blocks in here, and that's gonna be what I like to target, either that one or perhaps let me get this. This is on the 2-hour, but some of these structures that it left behind as it was pushing down, a lot of times it comes back, retraces to those structures before it continues. And that's the sweet spot to get in. And actually, to go back on GU, I was talking about remember, I was talking about the significance of the ATR levels, how they to the market, they function as support and resistance, right? And this is the ATR on GU. This purple line, that's the ATR on the daily ATR. And you look at this, look how nicely the market rejected it in these two. It doesn't mean it's going to hold forever, because this move is very bullish, and the market has been making higher lows. So if it keeps on making higher lows, it will probably break this and continue to go. But in the meantime, this level, right, the ATR, the daily ATR, and that's why I didn't short it on GU, I shorted EU. But that's why I shorted that. That's the basic premises of that stop loss, setup, because once the market gets there, maybe the first time, maybe the second time, it will probably have some kind of reaction, a rejection from it. And at a later time, it will come back, retest that, may reject it again. But if it's going to go, then of course it's going to break it. It's not going to hold forever. But this is why I use the ATR of all the indicators. The ATR is actually the one I like the most, and I don't use all the other ones except perhaps the 13 EMA, which I use when I trade discretionary. But other than that, the ATR, I think the ATR is so valuable.
We have a question here about the correlation between different pairs. So let's say GU and EU, and how to trade that with that in mind. What do you have? Maybe Durk, do you have anything to say about that? Anything you should think about when you're trading two pairs with the same currency in it?
Yeah, so I mean, we've seen examples for that actually today. If you, let's take the most simple example. If you look at euro dollar and pound sterling dollar, you will usually see that they pretty much move in the same direction. Why is that? That is because the move normally is initiated by the US dollar. Means if the US dollar gets stronger, of course, you have euro US dollar going down. You will have pound sterling US dollar going down. You will have also US dollar going down. You will have US dollar yen going up. And I would say in 75% of the time, normally the general move is initiated by the US dollar, just because 80% of the currency transactions worldwide are denominated in US dollars. So in a nutshell, if you are a beginner, it doesn't make much sense to have like 20 charts that are some crossing of one currency versus the US dollar open. You should stick to the most important ones. And in my opinion, the most important one is nailing down euro US dollar. Why? Because if you look at the US dollar index, the most important pair that influences the US dollar index with 75% or 70%, I think it is euro dollar. So it doesn't make sense, especially to look at more, let's say, currencies that are not so important. So like dollar against Indonesian rupiah or something like this. And don't do that. That is like very advanced level already. And even then it's very difficult. Instead of having like 5 or 10 charts open with US dollar, focus on euro US dollar, or for the sake of pound sterling US dollar. And, you'll make your life much more easy. For a reason, Jonatan, for example, was looking at that earlier when we had the move, because this is where the action is happening. This is where the most liquidity is when it comes to currency trading. I hope that answers your question a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think also one way that you need to understand when you're trading correlated pairs is the fact that there might be, you might find a setup on EURUSD and GBP USD at the same time. And for me, I actually like to take both trades, and I like to cut risk in half and take both of the trades, because sometimes one will hit stop loss and one will hit TP. It depends on various different reasons. Maybe there's a news event for GBP and nothing coming out of the EU. So I think one important aspect is to look at it from you want to what's the saying? Yeah, I don't know. When you want to diversify
you don't want to
risk.
You make your life unnecessarily complicated as a trader, in my opinion. If you like try to analyze as a first analysis at least the US dollar by looking at some minor pair and not the major pair.
Yeah.
It's the same, by the way, for gold versus US dollar. I mean, look at the move today. Yeah, it's a US dollar driven move. That's why gold is up. Why? Because it's gold versus US dollar. It's euro versus US dollar. So move is up because you need to make more US dollar for 1 unit of gold, for 1 unit of euro, for your 1 unit of pound sterling.
I feel like the pound trade actually might turn into a little bit of a short.
Yeah, I was just thinking that honestly too, but I saw it on euro dollar because I see the EMA squeezing there a little bit, and I thought of what you said earlier. Maybe we're returning to the 200 EMA now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I might short it. I got out my trade before I left. I closed the trade, but now in pound dollar you had that, like that equal highs, a break, and yeah, I'm just gonna take that short.
I did too, just now. Now that you confirm my bias.
Yeah.
You guys are shorting GU?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna close my trades.
108.42. What is that?
Well, not a lot of money on that one, but yeah, I'm closing it.
Yeah, don't be influenced
Oh,
by us.
look
You
at
know how
that.
it is.
Look at
If
that,
two people
Durk.
have
Look at that.
nice. If two people have the
Yeah,
same
look at that
idea,
move.
usually it doesn't work out very well.
This is to me, that's the power of the order blocks.
EU
I
is the
know
short.
look at that. The forms that order block, goes back and reacts to the almost to the pipette, I think. Right? That is whenever I see this, I'm still amazed. I mean, even after the years, it pops out at me how the market reacts to those order blocks so nicely, so precisely. Even if it continues to go up from here, it doesn't matter. That reaction says a lot about this. But to me, that's the who is gaining control and stamping its control on the other participants, right? That is the sellers coming in again at that wick. And the I put in the EMA, the 13 EMA
1 minute.
on GU.
Yeah, so that's why so those equal highs,
Yeah,
the break of the structure, and then a retest of a 50 fib,
these two.
200 EM, yeah, and then retest. Obviously, you had the break. The retest of that was on a 50 fib.
Ooh, nice.
And then obviously the continuation down to a 200 EMA. So that's the idea.
Yeah, that's the break and retest as well, right? The break and then retest of that level.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. Yep, I see that too. Although I'm not in the trade, yeah, I see that. I like I like it. I really like it. And especially when you, well, GU is different than in EU. EU has been holding up quite nicely. After you have this big impulse, typically you have some kind of retracement before it continues. And if the price is holding up nicely, that is a bullish sign, because the retracement is not that deep. Tells me that they're holding, whoever bought this they're still maintaining their position, and that opens the door for continuation. But that's not the same when you look at GU. As you said, you have that break of structure here, and who knows, we will have to see if it breaks this
it's still
that low and confirm it on a higher time frames, right? Because this is, of course, this is on the 1 minute. If you look at the 5 minute, there is that engulfing, but it hasn't broken on a. Of course, this is high impact news, so you can't be looking at too high time frames, because by the time it does anything on the higher time frame, the opportunity is gone. Everything is faster when you have high impact news. So great stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking. If EU breaks down here, I think it's definitely possible short down to that breakout level below.
Yeah, or at least to the 200 minutes.
The breakout level, this level?
Yeah, the let's see, at around 83.60.
Come on, break.
83.60. Okay, so
Been
this
a little bit stubborn.
Okay.
Can you share my screen very quickly, maybe?
Yep.
Just to,
sorry.
To quickly.
Yep, got it.
Thank you. To point
that
out,
is exactly that is exactly what I'm looking at as well.
Yeah, it's really, and oh God, me and TradingView was my drawing tool here. Here we go. So what I noticed very often is if you have like really strong trends, you will have this first move, what we said earlier, down to the green line here, which is with 21-minute EMA. And then we saw here 2 times bouncing off here and here. Then we saw a test of a 50 EMA, which didn't quite play out to the north side. This already is, in my opinion, from my experience, a sign that the trend is weakening. And then eventually what Alex was talking about also is this squeeze here. You see where the 21-minute EMA and the 50-minute EMA are kind of squeezing together, maybe even crossing is. And at these junctions, I think Alex said earlier, there's a lot of air then left, to return to the 200 minute.
Okay, I'm shorting here.
We'll
Boom.
very often see that the price eventually will return to this blue line, the 200-minute EMA. And up to now, it looks like this is happening, but of course, you need to have your stop in place. Also, the risk-reward ratio on this trade, not so super great, in my opinion, because the natural stop is somewhere up here, or maybe even above the ATR. So if I want to get out at the 200 minutes EMA, I think it's not even a risk-reward ratio of 1. So not an ideal trade, but for the sake of it, it had to be taken.
Yeah. It looks to me as a 1-for-1.
Yeah, it's about a
really
1-to-1.
nice.
That's why if it would have been negative, I wouldn't have taken it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
think it
a
goes to 25,
much tighter stop loss.
Which is okay. I mean, if it breaks down now or it breaks out to the north, then we are going to test the ATR levels again. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What I like about this this trade as well. Well, actually, I'm on the other side. What if we look at the 15? I'll set my screen. When I see this, I know this is a higher time frame, and your trade can go to TP while this hasn't been invalidated yet. But I do like these wicks, how they are, nicely going in the same. You can almost like that. That to me, I don't know what it is. If that's algo coming in with a certain specific volume, defending the higher level each time. But to me, that's a bullish sign there when the wicks keep on going higher and higher, right? So I know it's counter to what you guys are saying, but that's what I see on the 15-minute. And if it breaks it, that could be a sign, right? So maybe this is a bullish sign, but if it breaks it, then it becomes a bearish sign, and that could be, favoring your setup again as well.
Yeah, but I think your trade could still be in place even if our stop loss is hit, because we are looking at the 1-minute time frame here. Absolutely, but it shows again, it's true. Like so many ways of finding your trade entries.
Yeah. Definitely.
I have to step away 5 minutes. I'll be back.
Yeah. All right. So I can't believe I'm shorting EU, but I am. Yeah. So this is my trade.
I didn't join the. I didn't join the
trade.
bandwagon with you guys, so I.
That is your trade. Okay. Yeah. That I literally I entered that 1-minute candle that broke down. I literally entered a couple of seconds before that one closed, and it went from the low up here in 2 seconds. Because I thought yeah, it's gonna close. It's gonna close down there 2 seconds, but yeah. Let's see. This is why scalping is not for me. Alex, let's get the giveaway link set up. But guys, I want you need to like the video. We need more likes, guys. Need to hit that like. Hit that like if you want more accounts. We are trying to get up to 700. We got 20 minutes to get about 160 likes. It's possible. So just hit that like. Yeah, the giveaway, we're gonna do the giveaway from yesterday as well.
Yeah.
When I mentioned was the ATR. Right, so the first one, the ATR. The ADR is, I'm not familiar what the calculation, the difference is, but I'm using the ATR, which is the average true range and you can have that on different time frame, of course, because it depends on the time frame you are on. And I use that when I scalp when I intraday trade, when I swing. I use that all the time. It's very you can apply that to most setups to give you an idea what you can expect per candle range per session. You can use it per session. Yeah, I used it a lot, and it's ATR.
Okay, so EU now looks much better. Looks like it's going to break down here.
Guys, I'll be back in. Let me
Nice.
see the link, and I'll be back in 10 minutes just to do everything. Wow, so many in one sentence. I'm gonna do everything, and I'm gonna do the giveaway. Okay, just gotta go.
I'm
Bye,
gonna move him. Bye bye. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I like the
EU
price action on that 5
breaking
minute
down.
on EU. Yeah, EU is nicely following that price action that started that when Alex and Durk saw that break of structure, and it's the same thing. Yeah, we're talking about. I'm talking about order blocks being retested. They're talking about the structure being broken, but it's basically the same thing, just seen through different eyes, different lenses. But it's basically the same thing.
Yeah. We got some questions here. Do we select at random? Of course we selected random, otherwise it wouldn't be a fair giveaway. So yeah, we do select at random. Durk is back. Can I add you back, Durk? I don't think the sound is good.
No, I think Durk is still.
Can I add you, Durk? He can't hear us.
No, I don't think so. But this other question, Elias, if I pronounce your name correctly, do you use it higher time frame analysis or on the same time frame you're trading? I do use a lot higher time frame analysis. Actually, my analysis always is top down, and I start on the monthly, even if my entries are in the 1 minute. I know it sounds crazy, but I would like to see the whole view. And even if of course, depending on what kind of trade it is, I'm gonna disregard the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. But I do want to be coming from above, doing that top down, because that gives me the chance to look what time frame is signaling, what time frame is giving me a setup, and I go to that time frame that is signaling. So it's like a filtering system. Does the monthly say anything? Does the weekly say something? Does the daily say something? And when I have that aligned, I can have like a very powerful trade with a very attractive risk reward. But yes, I use that even when let's say you are scalping, right? And you want to know, okay, how far is reasonable for me to take this trade, right? As a scalper, you're not going to go for a lot of pips. You're only going to go for a slice of the market. So one of the things you could do is look at the 5 minute ATR, right? You're scalping on the 1 minute, but you're using the 5 minute to gauge what is possible in the next 5 minutes. Maybe you can use the 15 minutes or even the 30 minutes. If you have a big move and you say, okay, how much further can this go? You can use that 30 minutes and see, okay, are we almost closing on that, this candle? How much more can this candle be? And you say, okay, I'm not going to be holding this for much longer. Let's see what the 30 minute, and the 30 minutes is telling you perhaps you are overextended, right? Let's say. And if that is the case, then that could be a reason for you to close that trade and pocket your profit, right? So in that way, you can use the ATR on the higher time frame to tell you something, even if you're only taking the 1 minute signals or trades. So it's very versatile. You can use that so many ways for TP, but as well for stop loss. You can use ATR. Let's say you're getting in a trade and you don't have any structures below, any reference point for where should I put my stop loss. Well, if you don't have anything else, you can use the ATR. Let's say the daily ATR. Say, okay, the daily ATR tells me that it has perhaps 70 pips to the downside. And then I'm going to put my stop loss 70 pips below, right? Of course, 70 pips, that's something for a swing trader. But I mean, the same idea you can use on every time frame. So it's for TP, for stop loss, for resistance and support. It's I mean, it's so versatile.
Yeah.
2 pips to go, by the way,
For what?
for the euro dollar to take profit.
2 pips for
Ooh,
you.
nice.
I'm waiting for the 43. That's where we have a 200 EMA right now, and we're at 44.6.
Ooh.
That's a very nice trade.
Okay.
You want to share my screen? Maybe
Yeah.
we get to see the live execution on my 5ers account that I sadly don't use as often as I should be using it. You can
Well,
see
you're
this-
profit. Good stuff.
the
Good
small,
stuff.
small position I was taking earlier there. So should be hitting it anywhere now. Now that we are that close, I also want to move my stop loss here at least to a region where I don't lose money anymore. I normally don't do that because I want to keep my RR stable. But you know, this 5ers account actually, so far at least, has been a little bit my try and error account.
Yeah, it's not.
Nice.
You know, it's not a bad idea to have. Like I explained earlier, like it's not a bad idea to have an account like that. Alex is back.
Come on, 1 pip.
Yeah. Oh no, my TP is hitting. I'm out of that trade. That is great, man. Oh, who's
Nice.
I'm always happy about trades like this. Normally, if you want to show something like this live, at least from my experience, you know, it's one of those times where it doesn't work out, and then people say like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's that guy talking about there?" Come on.
No, that was a really nice trade. I love the fact that it wasn't working to the long side, so we were like, that's it, we're swapping, we're changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it was
we
like
got-
that
we got
independent of each other. We kind of saw the same thing there in the chart, so that, of course, gives you the extra boost of confidence. Then you know.
When you
Yeah.
see it, you see it.
We got Mitch in the
And
chat
it's only
saying Alex Euphoria
few
kicking
pipettes
in.
now.
Yeah, that was
Come on.
definitely.
Few pipettes. Well, what is it now?
I'm
Five-
going to close it now. I mean, it's like, Zach, let's take
Really,
it.
you're closing that one? I got my TP down at the breakout level.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
It's
My
still-
target was the
still-
200 EMA, you know, and this is what we hit just now. Actually, just now we pierced it a little bit. Of course, this can continue, but from my experience, usually we could see another bounce up now. It doesn't mean that it's not later going to continue downwards, but this is what I was looking at initially for the trade.
You know, I think
Yeah,
this is
and it's-
actually a lovely, like a very good, a very good trade for a lot of different reasons. So, what I really like about this is, you know, we're on the 1 minute. We basically, I'm going to remove this rocket chip there. So we're on the, if we're looking at the higher time frames here, there's a lot of confluence here with all time frames. So this level is the previous range EQ, that white dotted line right there. And we can expect resistance to act as resistance, obviously, you know. So if you go down to the 15-minute, so when we look at the 15-minute, that bearish engulfing candle on the 15-minute is when you get something like that at high time frame resistance with a very, very clear level below, it's just a no-brainer for me. You know, we have a clear 15-minute bullish engulfing candle and then a clear breakout level below. I mean, this is just perfect because you can, this is also breaking retest. So we can, you know, short the rejection at high time frame resistance and then go long again when there's a bounce on the break and retest below. So I think for me, this is just a perfect example of using higher time frame level. And this level is actually even visible on the weekly. So we're using weekly levels, but we're entering on the 1 minute. I saw somewhere a code. Yeah, so we're, and also we have, and you know, we also have a level here on the 1 minute, and this is the same idea actually as I'm trading on USD CHF. So if you look at USD CHF here, you'll see that my overall idea, and I should be filled on this very shortly, but my overall idea for USD CHF, remember this is on the 4 hour. I think we can also actually the same on the daily. So my overall idea here is that we have an uptrend into high time frame resistance, and then it's kind of showing a distribution area, if you will. And then if you look at the EURUSD on 1 minute, it's exactly the same structure. Got that move to the upside, high time frame structure, and then forms a low time frame distribution range right here. Yeah, I'm gonna close this trade right here.
Yeah,
feel like
continue.
it's-
No, you are right.
Before
Continue
TP,
to
right?
the breakout structure there. Yeah. That's
Right. It's a good one. Nice.
Very
I
nice
think
one.
I'm
I like it.
done for trading today. You know when you get that itch, you've just got out of trading. You're like, oh, I really want to get into another
Dude,
one.
I
That's
saw
when I know-
saw
that
your
is when I
reaction
know
when
I'm
you got
getting out.
back.
I
saw
was
your
like,
reaction
I was
when
like
you got back.
thinking,
I'm like,
why did
Alex-
I just take a half a lot for that trade? You know, I should. Have done
He,
like
he
2 or
came back
3
and he's
more.
like, yeah, you know that. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's it.
But that's,
When
I
I get-
mean,
when you get that
it's nice
reaction,
to
it's-
show something like this live, no? That it works out.
I
and
think
that
that's the value.
market
It's
does what the analysis.
I would
Yeah,
show
I
it on my
think-
5ers account, but my 5ers account is unfortunately it's dead nearly. My 5ers high stakes account that we pulled the 15K profit share from, unfortunately, from last couple of weeks trading has gone into big drawdown, so that's probably blown actually. So maybe we'll do a whole nother series, Jonathan, no, of passing
Yeah.
a prop firm challenge. We'll do another.
Yeah,
one,
we should probably do
high
that.
stakes,
We should probably do that. Yeah,
live.
we'll talk about it. And I mean, blowing accounts it's just that it happens. It happens.
I mean, it's like
Yeah.
blowing account we're talking about.
Yeah, you get
Rather
you get
small
hit,
percentage
yeah,
drawdown,
yeah.
not like
Yeah,
downing
that's true,
100K
that's
or
true.
something like this.
No,
No, exactly.
100%.
You know, when
Yeah,
I
I've made
look at that,
made
hit my
backhand
TP.
side.
What did I?
Yeah.
Could have made some extra dollars here. So I'm up 2% on my 5K evaluation account today. That's pretty good.
Well, it's nice.
Nice.
This was a good trade, guys. This was a really good trade.
it was. It was,
The
yeah,
way
yeah.
we flipped from being long on GU, I actually made some money on that GU trade as well. So yeah, very nice.
Made it,
very
made
nice.
it, made it both ways on
I-
that one.
Yeah. I didn't participate because to me it didn't attract me as much, but it was very nice what we did. I did have that little scalp, gave me 1 point something R, and to me that was enough. That satisfied my itch.
And that it was good because you were so fast and really at exactly that second where you're allowed to enter the trade. I think that really you got my respect for that one. Really nice
You
execution.
gotta do it. You see, you gotta do it.
Thank you.
Jump in.
Okay, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, you guys were talking and it was interesting, but I was laser focused on the trade.
You got the giveaway link in the comment section. We still need more likes though, so make sure that you hit that like button. If we can make it to 700, that would be awesome. That would be really good. I don't think we're gonna get to 700 though, but if you can remember to hit that like button, then we're definitely gonna get to 700. Look at that. Look at hitting that TP perfectly, and then it's just gonna shoot straight up. But now, you know, if you, I mean, yeah, this is probably might have a long opportunity to go long here.
Yeah, or you want to
Yeah,
wait?
actually, I'm gonna-
Sorry, go ahead,
Go ahead.
Victor, please. No, you go.
So I was gonna say you there's a little delay I think between us, but if I don't see any on the higher time frames. I don't recognize the current level as a demand area yet, right? The H2
right.
order block is below us. We haven't reached that
Yeah.
yet, so that's a reason for me not to be interested, and not even talking about the H4, which we don't have any, right? The H4 is way lower, so I don't think this is a great level, but it is a level. It's the 15-minute order block, and price could have some reaction from it. Since I look for my setups on the hourlies, I don't look at the minutes for the setups. I look for the hourlies, starting from the H4, but you could start even on lower time frames like the H2, H1, and identifying those demand area that could make price reverse, right? So it could be coming from that high it made to this area before it continues, maybe not today, or it could be something even lower, something like that, which I don't really think so, but because that would mean a complete reversal of that candle, which, to me, is not a good sign. So I would rather wait. 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 I would is less likely to happen, right? As so far, it's been a bullish move, and this is a retracement in a bullish move. So you should expect it not to reverse that move completely if you think it's going to go up, right? So to me, this would be a great area on the H2, which it hasn't reached that. And otherwise, on the lower time frames, I like this a 15-minute, which is the ignition or the source of that impulse, or where price was before the news came out. A lot of times it comes back, retests that same area before it continues on the initial direction of the initial spike, something like that. Of course, I'm trying to move my tool to show what I mean, but that makes sense to me. And of course, this move takes a lot more time than the initial high impact news. That is maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, and this move can take hours, even a couple of days sometimes.
Yeah, and you said something very important there.
Also, another thing that is we can.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of.
No, actually,
delay.
what I wanted to say before. Yeah, I think there's about two seconds delay. So what I was saying was that I liked on GU. Remember, I said on the 15-minute, I like how the market was very precise with those, making it increasingly higher wicks on the downside, right? So that to me is a bullish sign. But at the same time, you can see that as it was a bullish sign, that was the moment. See that big candle. That is the moment where the market flipped. In a sense, right? So up to that, it was making higher lows until it broke it. And once it broke it, it was apparent to everyone. At least that's how I read it. And that's why you had that sell-off after that big candle breaking that trend line, right? That's the sellers telling everyone, no, we're not going to go up, at least not right now. We first are breaking this structure, and everyone piled in. And that's basically the trade that you guys took. So it was very, very nice. Nice trade.
You guys, you want me to blow your mind?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can you share my screen quickly? Now, this is what Victor also just said, euro dollar 1 minute, But look at Bitcoin, what happened there. Normally, it should have done exactly what euro dollar did, no? Fade the move again, so a bit risk off, but instead Bitcoin did exactly the opposite, trading still above 64,000. That's pretty amazing, even better than the S&P 500, which also pretty much did the euro dollar move down to the 200 EMA. So it's pretty cool. A lot of demand for Bitcoin here today, and Bitcoin is actually here reversing also on its ATR level, as it seems. Nice.
Well, I'm buying EU here, so this is my trade on EU.
Well, going for the jugular today. We're absolutely tearing it up.
Yeah, man.
We're not waiting,
guys. I have to make a move. Thank you for having me again today, and looking forward to the next time, to more profitable and beautiful trades where the market does exactly what we tell it to do.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't mind getting you on for doing some live crypto trading, Durk.
As I said, I'm
that would be
going to do
yeah.
that tomorrow on my channel. So pop in if you want to have. Same goes for you guys, of course, Jonatan, Alex. If you have some time, wouldn't mind having you on.
What time do you trade?
I will start at 2 p.m. CET again. So same time you guys will start.
It is hard for me, but one day hopefully we get some time. Definitely
for sure.
come on and jump in there. Nice.
All right.
All right.
Thanks again, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, Durk.
And the two of us ain't gonna make it if it's just the two of us. You and I.
Oh, it's someone else. Victor at. It's gone. Okay, I'm gonna open another position on EU.
Should we help you? Oh gosh. Oops. We're gonna help you. Okay.
Go. Yeah, okay, I'm in full risk here, so I'm gonna be placing the orders here and then letting this one go. You know what I'm very interested in is negative risk to reward.
I was thinking about it as well.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was looking at that. Mainly just for scalping and mainly on like probably something like Bitcoin or gold.
Guys, 49 likes to 700. Let's get that 700. So what we're gonna do now is we're not gonna do a giveaway unless we get 700 likes. So better get those numbers up. 49 likes left, and we're gonna do the giveaway. Let's go. All right, EU is moving nicely. We're hitting that level right now, and yeah, exactly. So negative, like what Acash is saying right here. I love your name, by the way, Acash. Negative risk reward of wide stop loss. I think that's it. That's it. That's it. That's why I like it.
I see that Durk is not here. I'm sorry I couldn't say goodbye to him, but if he is listening, thanks for joining us. Yeah, that we did have we're if you look at the 1 minute on GU, you can see we have a little reaction. It's not much of a thing, but we do have a little reaction of that 50-minute order block. It doesn't look like it's gonna hold, but let's see.
No.
Let's see what it. I'll put my screen on, perhaps, or.
Yeah, sure. Go
I
ahead.
think you have it. Okay. Yeah, this is the order block that I mentioned. It's not the best area, as I said, because it doesn't have confluence on higher time frame. But it is the first structure we have from the. Let me get this straight, because I think I made the 50-minute too long. And I
guys, I just want to mention that the
let's see.
giveaway link is in the comment
like that.
section. You have to go to the pinned comment section on YouTube, and that's where we have the giveaway link is set up. So go there and get in on the link, and the code is, as you can see in the scrolling text below us, BRC.
So, yeah. So what we have this price action that we see, it's not coincidence that this buying these green candles, consecutive green candles, is happening here and not above. I think it is because of that order block that was formed on the 15-minute. Doesn't mean it's going to make price reverse and go all the way back up. But I mean, the news was positive for GU, right? That's why we had that impulse going up. And this is the retracement. And this is the last resort for holding that impulse that was made after the news, right? Or by the news. So if it breaks this is the reference point. This is the line in the sand where everyone will be looking. If it defends this, then we're still bullish. And if it doesn't, then things will start turning bearish, right? So this is the line that I would say, one of the lines, that the first one that will make bullishness in the market turn over into bearishness. So I and not only that, if you think about it, everyone who was in this move who did not take profit, right, who entered before and are trailing their stops, or may have entered somewhere in here or maybe a little before, and they saw this price going up and they say, okay, I think this is going much higher. Where will they either have their stop already, or where will they trail their stop? Basically, it's below that swing low, right? So it's let's see how, if price is going to go for those stops before it goes up, or not. So I'm let's see if we can look on the lower time frames and even find a reversal pattern live on the show, because this is looking still by the minutes looking better. If you let's look at the 5-minute, nothing yet. The 50-minute, that's a big handle to form in engulfing. But on the 3-minute, for example, you start already seeing those bullish engulfing being formed. So if that is the case, see that? I would say according to buy rules, there isn't a neckline here. This is not a quasi. But you can clearly see that this could be the last swing high, because that is the last swing low. So this is the structure to be broken. And if it can break above that, that could be a first indication that price could be reversing something like this. and then continue until up, and it's doing it at a relevant place, right? The relevant place is the 15-minute order block, and that's basically what my job is to find those patterns, not anywhere, not randomly in the market, but at those relevant places where the signal is where it means a lot, like that trend break that I showed before. If I may show it again, that trend line break, I believe it was something like this, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I think it was this one. This is the relevant place for the pattern on the lower time frame. Of course, this is on the 1 minute, so you're not going to go any lower. But if you were, let's say this is on the hour, this is the area you want to be looking for the patterns on the lower time frame, because this is the relevant spot where everyone is looking. Is this going to hold, or is this going to break? And that's the same concept that you're going to be using for the order blocks. You're not going to be and reversal patterns, or any patterns for that matter. You need to find them and identify them at the relevant place for the market at that time. Right, we did break that neckline, although it's not a quasi, it's not a nice quasi, not a valid quasi in my book, but it's still that's the structure. It broke it, and if it can come back and respect some kind of, I see some order block on the 3 minutes, so let's use that. This is only the 15 minutes, so it's the structure is not great. It doesn't have confluence on the hourlies, so that's why I'm not in this trade. But this would be the order block that I want it to respect. As long as it respects that, I see there a outside bar on the 5 minutes. See that? Look at that. These are things you want to be seeing the market showing you that it doesn't show outside bar, randomly. It shows it when something happened, because the candlestick, that's a reflection of the market participants, people buying and selling, right? So this to me is an inflection point. That's where at least on the 5 minute, where one side to control. Doesn't mean yet a lot, because it's only on the 5 minute, but it could be because it is on the 15-minute order block. You have the 3 minute telling you, okay, there's some buying power coming in, buying interest. The 5 minute has an outside bar, so this could be the beginning of another pop. Perhaps not another, but one pop. We'll have to see. I'll check the other time frames. This is not telling me anything. On the 15 minute, the 30 minutes, there is an outside bar as well. I do like that. So actually, it's not only a 15 minute, it's also a 30 minute order block. So I'll adjust that. Let me see. The 45 is not telling anything, and the 1 hour, I know that it's not telling anything. So we don't have a lot. We have the 30 minutes. That's the biggest time frame we have for this structure, telling us this is a great area to look for an entry. And we have the lower time frames that are showing us telling us the same thing. This could be a good place to buy. It doesn't mean it's going to work, but as when you're analyzing live, you need to, nothing is certain. So probabilities.
Okay, I'm going to switch over to EU.
It's looking great now.
Yeah, I'm going to switch over to my chart on EU. I was just about to enter a new order, and MetaTrader says not enough money. So I'm deep in EU. We got 700 over 700 likes. So what we're going to do now is we are going to first do the draw of the we're going to do first the draw from yesterday. So 7 accounts from yesterday, and then we're going to do 7 accounts today. Alex just walked out of screen. It's the oh, there he is. He's setting up the the giveaway.
I think he said he needs 2 minutes. He'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I would love to wait for 800 likes, but man, we've been here for over 2 hours now.
We have.
Yeah. Oh, I really hope I'm gonna hit TP on this one. Otherwise, I am LC.
I think you will.
Yeah, me too. I'm actually gonna start moving my. I'm gonna move my stop loss here. I'm actually in with like full margin on this. So I can't open any more positions.
That TP is from that low. That
Yeah, I
lowest.
love how he's talking and being muted at the same time. We have to
Saying
short
what
out of that one.
fantastic trading. We went long, we went short, and now we're long again. Like
We're making.
can
We're
make money.
great hack team. Great. I scalped. You guys took a few trades, a bit longer TP, and changing biases. I think we're making a great team.
Yeah, man.
we always have been. Look at that, Team 5ers. Yeah, boy.
So I'm actually thinking that maybe with this 5K account, I might be using this on the live streams to find good scalping opportunities with negative risk to reward. I know I should backtest it first, but maybe as an experiment, kind of try it out live. Because like one example of a negative risk to reward would be to enter here and then have TP like at a very obvious level, which would be like the let's see if I can do this. Like the 50. Actually, that was my TP. But looking for a move just halfway up here, because sometimes a lot of times you'll get a bounce. You have support, you'll get a bounce, but is it going to move all the way up? But a lot of times you'll have a reaction, and that's what I'm thinking. Like if you can just get in and get part of that reaction, have your stop loss all the way down here, and then just place your TP where it's very, very likely it's going to get hit. I mean, it's still 0.75 hours. It's not insanely low, and I think the win rate should be quite high if you're just looking for a very small reaction to a level, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. I think so too.
Yeah, actually, guys, we got 730 likes. We got 730 likes. So it's actually possible that we can get up to 800 likes before we actually start with the giveaway for this live stream. Because remember, we have a giveaway for the previous live stream to do first. Nice.
I hope this viewer
So
is
first
not,
of all, that comment, if you're following our trades on here and you're plus 12%, like, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful. I'm not a scalper. Okay, I'm not a scalper. My scalping trades are not supposed to be followed. Like, none of the trading that we do here, you should not be following these trades. You should only be taking the information that we give you and try to create your own system out of that one. Because what if all the trades today would have hit the stop loss, which is highly likely, then you would have been down.
Highly unlikely, because we are the absolute killers of the EU market. We move the market with CFDs.
Well, I gotta say, today is quite the profitable day, though. Like, today is actually a very, very profitable day, but it could have been the other way around.
I get you.
My trade setups, everything I share on Twitter or on live stream, it's not made to be. I'm not posting them for you to follow. I'm posting them for you to look at the charts and look at the setups and then learn from it and apply it to your own trading.
Birash, oh, I think you pronounced your name. You're asking how do you control the euphoria after a series of wins, like avoid to take trades you're outside of your system or low probability trades, like any music or kind of meditation or any exercise. I'll go first. I would say the more excited I get, the more I need to be careful, right? So normally I stick to the plan, so I only take the signals. I do have moments that I know that there is edge in the market, and I allow myself some deviation from the plan. But typically, I want to stay as close as possible to the trade plan. And the moment I start getting excited, that's the moment I need to really be only taking the signals, because that's the moment I'm not level-headed to do those trades that are not, they don't fit in a strict trade plan. So I need to know myself. One thing you could do is step away from your computer for a number of minutes at least, go for a walk and think about today, but put it into perspective, right? What time of the day is it? Is this typical, or is this something extraordinary? If it's extraordinary, you probably don't want to be coming back to the market and leave it alone, because it's something extra. It doesn't happen every day. Probably if you come back, you will give back those profits, because you will be thinking that you are invincible and you can do it again. So one thing you could say, what you could do is walk out, take distance, take a pause, do whatever that means for you. That means closing the terminal, shutting off your computer. That may be the thing you should do. In terms of exercise, meditation, or music, I think all of them can work. But the important thing is that you detach yourself from the market and let that excitement come down again. I think that's the first thing, and it takes you have to have self-awareness to gauge yourself. Am I too excited right now? Am I so excited that I start doing things that I shouldn't be doing? Because that's what happens when you're too excited.
Right, yeah. We got the draw for the.
I hope I answered that.
Yeah, that was a very good answer, Victor, right? And thank you. I closed my EU trade, and of course, this second when I close my EU trade, it starts moving straight to TP. But it's still, I made a quick 1% on the account on that trade. That was very good.
Wow.
I actually went in with full margin on that when I had $50 left on margin. So I don't recommend trading like that. But if you can follow price up and you're moving your stop loss up and making sure that you're not losing too much, then you shouldn't be doing that anyway. But yeah, it's decent trade today. So we made made some money on the GBP USD long, if you remember, and then we shorted EU to the downside, made some money on that one, and then we went long to the upside again, which is a good trading day, definitely. All right, these are the winners from yesterday's giveaway. I want you guys to continue liking the video.
This from today. This one's from today.
Oh, this is from today.
This one's from today. Yeah, I'm doing the next one. I'm doing the one from yesterday now.
All right. Awesome, guys. So these are the winners from today, and there's the screen is gone, but hopefully you guys saw the.
There you go. So now you can see both. So those are for today, and then we're gonna do start now, and we're gonna do from tomorrow, from yesterday. How many likes did you get yesterday?
700.
7. So let me just double check. Patrick, okay.
As the viewer can see, that we're completely transparent in the process how we draw the winners. There's nothing fishing about it. You can see how the drawing is made, how the process is done. So and that's the only way we know how to do it: transparent and honest.
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to put them all up both on the same screen.
It's not perfect though. I gotta admit, like the giveaway that we're doing, it's not perfect, okay guys? So there might be, you know, multiple winners throughout different streams. It's not perfect. We're constantly working on figuring out the best process.
Okay, just gotta make sure that this is not
Got people asking why their name isn't there. Well, because if your name is not there, you didn't win. It's a competition for a reason. You know, it's not everyone that enters can win. We have you know, right now we have almost 3,000 views on this live stream. 3,000 views. That means that a lot of people have the opportunity to get in on these giveaways. The chance that you're actually winning an account is not insanely high, right? But we're doing what we can to create a fair structure for everyone. Yeah, right. It must be a bug.
What's a bug?
Someone said their name isn't on the list.
Yeah. All
right, guys. Congrats to everyone. One. Sorry, Alex. We're gonna get that.
Okay.
And your trade is
Yeah.
going to TP right now, Jonathan. It needs about 2 pips, but of course it
Already
doesn't matter.
closed that one.
You already closed it, so it's okay. Let's just not look at it anymore.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good one. Good day. Good trading day, definitely.
Do you know what I've noticed? I feel like I'm back to being my really calm self when I was trading. I had like a 2 weeks where for some reason I just fixated on P&L and I was just super like I just didn't feel good, like. And now I just feel like I'm just back in the flow. Like I just feel I know what I got to do. I trade and
there you go.
Just super
Nice.
super relaxed. It was so thank God I got over
that's-
that little period.
That's the
You went
that
on
comes
tilt,
in
right? You went
when
on tilt.
That's when you gone through that a lot of times. At a certain moment, you start reacting and realizing you're in that phase earlier, and you stop yourself, or you lower your risk, or you take you know, some time off, and that comes with experience and knowing and journaling actually, because the journaling forces you to think about, okay, why did I have a losing day today? Maybe it's just the strategy, it's not performing well this day, and that is fine. But if you looking at it critically, you will see that at that time you could identify, you know, the things that you're doing wrong, and you ask yourself, why did I do this? Normally I don't do this. Why did I try the second, the third, and the fourth time? If you know, normally I'm out on the first one. And with that journaling, you know, build that awareness and to know when to step away, when to when you're in the zone and when you're not.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yep.
EU is continuing up, hit 48 right now, 49. So yeah, that was a great trade. I think even though I
got
didn't
USD CHF hit my entry orders as well, and now getting rejected. This is exactly what I want to see. You can look at the 1 hour as well. Yeah, so if we can break down here, this is exactly what I want to see on USD CHF. So we'll see. Is my position open on USD CHF? Yeah, so this position is now filled in slight profit, and I'm thinking that obviously it's going to go straight to my TP. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so the Discord is available for everyone that has a funded account or an evaluation. You have to buy an account to get access to the Discord. It's a closed community, but it's a very big community, and it's growing quite a lot every day. We also have a section in the Discord where you're able to ask us questions in a live stream that we're going to bring up. We haven't done that in quite a while, though, so we'll make sure that we do that next week. Go through that channel, and then right after this live stream, I believe, then Victor is going to have a session in the Discord where you're going to be able to win what's it called? Hub credits.
Yep,
Which is
hub credit.
basically money that you can buy accounts with.
Yeah, credits.
Yeah.
Cool.
We get giveaways all over the place. Good stuff.
Yep.
All right, guys, thank you for joining today. This is a great session. As you can see, we're constantly trying to figure out structures and ideas here to bring you guys more live trading and more the educational content. And I feel like this structure that we're doing here today, where we, we sit here and we go through the markets together and we take trades together and break down the markets. I think that is that's the best thing we can do in terms of educational content for you guys. So that's what we're going to be focused on going forward. We just want to be ourselves as we are in the markets, take the trades that we would normally take in private, and share everything with you guys, being as transparent as possible. All right, guys, thanks for joining, and I hope to see you all next week on Monday. Any last words?
No, I enjoyed it a lot, and I think it's the right formula. I think showing how we trade in reality, and this is it. I like it a lot. Enjoyed it.
Small steps of improvement every single day. You're literally around the corner from profitability. Honestly, it is. One day it's just gonna snap, and you're just
you're just one good trade from being profitable. Like you're one good trade from being profitable, because when that trade comes along, you're like, oh, okay, so this is the way I'm supposed to be trading. All right, guys, take care, and next week we got some good stuff for you guys. I can't tell you what. You'll have to come and see. All right, guys, take care.
Bye-bye.
Hi guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. Now make sure you like and subscribe, and most of all, go into the YouTube and check our other content that we provide here at the